An oldie but a goodie. I have fun sometimes because of how simple this is. I remember when I was in the gospel mission, one of the it's funny. Bill Donahue has a channel, and he has a web blog called Hidden Meanings. He did a really marvelous job, even though there was a lot that he would cite through NASA, and so you know that NASA lies about everything. But he was able to break down Bible code into math and physics codes and photosynthesis bands and how chlorophyll and ATP have a relationship with how photosynthesis takes place, which is like the mirror. And but the reason I'm doing this is a sort of he would always say, "Listen, you don't have to believe anything I have to say," and that's true. You don't. It's not up to me to decide what you believe is true or not true. That's what learning is all about, right? We learn through each other, and then that becomes a relationship, right? So if you want to thrive, we know how to do that because it began with what love is. That's as simple as what I know because that's what I am. Okay, that goes on forever, gifting electrons, electron cascade. That's God consciousness. That means you've chosen to surrender every last electron in order to give away electrons forever. So now the difference between an inverter and a torque converter. That's knowing one from the other, which means we're not parasites. We're givers of energy, free energy. Here, we can't give it away fast enough, right? So you know that photons are kicking out electrons, photosynthesis bands. Now we're back to green light, right? I remember Terence McKenna would say, "Go green or die," right? Higher electrical voltage. Your cells, battery charging system, right? Krebs cycle, ATP, DNA, antennas, all the rest of it. So I just thought this is real simple when he talked about Genesis chapter 32, where Jacob is looking in the mirror and he says, "I've seen the face of God." Okay, so what is the face of God? A mirror. So what is a mirror? It's a gate. A gated why? Right? Just like when a trunk comes up, right? And then it branches off like stem cells, or if you will, look at any tree, any flower that grows, it's going to branch off, right? And that's the antenna, right? Now it's a broadcast station. I'm rooted in the battery, right? Photosynthesis. And so, in other words, I'm a gate, I'm a stargate. I've seen the face of God. I am a stargate. The mirror, the mirror, the magnetic tetrahedron, a four square mirror, right? Four square, no broken arrows. That's perfect balance. Man, I'm running a high speed Stargate. Yeah, you're a gate operator. Yeah, gated Y. You know what the Y is, right? When the two arms go up, thank you all for your energy. So you're a mirror working with the sun's mirror. I love you too. Thank you for all the energy. We're a mirror reflection of each other. Living star networks. Yeah, living spirit in the star. So I've shared this before because it's true, because I've experienced it that makes it true. So experience is the teacher, which is the result in the use of our energy to experience the result. Fair enough? Okay. um, so it is having a sense of humor in some of this. This is when you get into the painful side and laughter being medicine. Because, it's called rehabilitation, or if you will, self-repair. So because of all the emphasis a lot of these folks put on the brain, and I'm not trying to devalue the importance of the brain because obviously there's a higher intelligent reason why we have one. Okay. But I've had to repair a lot of the circuits up here, and um, the higher mind, which is your true self, which is your soul led by spirit, is through the heart. And so I've adjusted, and what, adjusting the frequency modulation of using a radio set or an avatar or computer terminal down here, which is a software operating system, between as above, so below, in order to repair what gets damaged down here as a result of the relationship that we have of why we're here in the first place, right? Why am I here? I don't know. There must be some higher power or higher reason why I even exist. But I know one thing: whoever assembled what it is that I'm running is obviously highly creative and highly intelligent. Okay, so how was this thing put together? So you know, it had to start with what love is. And how do I know that? Because that's what I experience. So you realize that love is creation energy because you have the right side and the left side, the left hand path, the right hand path, right? Now we're back into QI, quantitative intelligence, or the organizational side. Then you have the creative side, right? Which is the spirit with the soul. And what happens when they're integrated to become one, which is a monopole, you're one with all creation. See? So, in other words, there isn't one submitting to the other. We're not playing ping pong with each other about who's more powerful, who's smarter, who's more intelligent, what you know, what I know. No, we become one. And that's where the fission and the fusion, the sound and the light, now you're choosing to never be separated from the flower, from the birth of a star, the birth of another creation. Because you're on fire to create something new that you've never experienced before, right? So you realize that the energy upon which that's made manifest in a creation is eternal unconditional love, which means we're not seeking any energy from you. In order for us to power ourselves up, we are the power generators of creation itself, because we've chosen to serve forever on behalf of the one. God consciousness, the one true God that it began with. Love consciousness, eternal love consciousness, creative consciousness that is on fire